Hey, what's up, man?
It's been 3 long years and we are finally traveling again.
Yeah, cheers, man. Don't worry about it.
我真的是这样久没有走进来这边了。Everything looks kind of the same,
Oh, it's not the same. Everything is close.
but still different at the same time. 好奇怪呀。
Thank you for waiting. We would like to invite passengers seated in Zone 3, Zone 3 and 4 to proceed for boarding.
One of the reasons for coming to Bangkok is to experience the vintage and thrift culture that everyone has been raving about. And the first place we're at now is Frank Gasson. So this place is more like a boutique with a selection of their own items, and it's more towards the Korean style, minimalistic and clean designs. But they do have a lot of different kinds of accessories. So if you like handmade designs like graphic designer style, you can come check it out. But now we are at the next store, Pronto Denim. So the things at Pronto Denim are a little bit more pricey. For example, this bucket hat from Rothko costs about $32 here, but back at Singapore it only costs $17. But they do have a lot of other different brands that we don't have back in Singapore, like Goros, Nigel, Nico, and many others like Carhartt, WIP, different selections that we don't have. So you can come check it out if you're in the area. It's right opposite Frank Gasson. Also, Pronto Denim has a lot of different outlets spread throughout Bangkok, and they mostly sell jeans, and they have a 30% off for the period I'm at. For some reason, Thailand is damn hot nowadays.
Fucking right.
Fucking hard.
Like every few steps, we're sweating a lot more. Like,
So
as
hot.
compared to Singapore, I think it's a lot more humid and hot. It's like 34 degrees out today. Yeah, wear sunscreen, guys.
Fire.
So Trapeze Swinger store is only open on Saturday to Sunday, but we didn't check it, so it's closed today. But right now here we are at Onion Supply. So the selection at Onion isn't the biggest, but they do carry a lot of different brands like Solomon, Needles, Lost Projects, and Wonder and Snow Peak. So if you do like brands like that, do come here and check it out. I really like this vest from Needles, but it's so expensive. So if you're indecisive like me, you can come and drink some coffee while thinking about your purchases. 咖啡好喝啊
Okay, yeah.
So at the front of Rod 5 Market is where you'll find a lot of fake stuff with the all over print tees. But if you walk to the back, it's more of the authentic 80s, 90s t-shirts. But there's really a lot to go through, so only go through it if you have stamina or the time. The price points are generally a lot cheaper as compared to Singapore if you're a purchaser, but if you're a reseller, it doesn't really make sense to get goods here. But there's a lot of good grills here, but the prices are also very high. I think the best way to gauge the quality of the store's racks is by the Hall of Fame they put up here. So if you don't really have anything you like up on the Hall of Fame, chances are you won't really find anything in these thick racks, but you can sure give it a shot. Grateful Dead and stuff. And I would also say to skip the cheaper priced items because they are priced at that price for a reason, you know? So I'm back at the hotel now, and I must say Rod 5 is a definitely must visit on your itinerary to Bangkok. Especially if you like clothes and just vintage and maybe a little bit of thrift in general. I didn't buy that many things, but honestly the things there available are quite a great selection, I would say. You have many different kinds of clothes and like military wear, vintage pieces, and a lot of like simple Ralph Lauren pieces or even those minimalistic Korean vibes. But it is a little bit out of the way, I must say, because if you stay at town area like me, you have to travel quite a bit, and especially if you go during peak hours, there's definitely gonna be a jam. So I would say plan your time wisely. The stores start opening around 6 p.m. onwards, I think till about midnight. But yeah, go ahead and check it out, man. It's a great place to shop for clothes. So I'm here at Nowhere Studio, and this is the owner of Nowhere
Hi.
Studio. Your name is?
Yo.
Yo.
Yo. Hi. This one 80.
Oh.
Yeah. This the black cat. 80. And this one in 90, right? Trademark. Trademark in 90. No trademark is 80.
So Yo, the owner of Nowhere Studio, told me there's another market nearby his store which is called Ant's Nest Market. I'll link their ad over here or somewhere down below. And I saw their Instagram, there's quite a lot of cool things, but as you can see, I came way too late and a lot of things close usually around 6 to 7 p.m. And they have pretty good work-life balance because their stores also open at around 1 p.m. So if you want to come, make sure to check the opening hours as well as the days that they are open, because most of the stores for vintage are actually only open during the weekends. So yeah, do your research and don't end up like me. So this is Pata Vikron Market. It's actually recommended to me by the locals, and I was told this place is great for thrift shopping. And I'm assuming the local resellers come here to shop as well for their own pieces. So let's go! So that was Pata Vikron Market. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but if you're looking for vintage like teas and everything else, right, there's only about 4 to 5 vendors, I think, selling like actual vintage teas, and a lot of like 80s, 90s t-shirts that are about graphics and just comics and a little bit of pop culture references. And most of it are just other Bale stuff like plain teas, a little bit of brands you can find here and there. But something I realized is that they have a lot of Japanese brands, but these are quite hit or miss because you have to go and dig for them, and it takes a lot of mental capacity. As you can see through the videos, there was like mountains and mountains of clothes, and I didn't actually go to the Bale section where there's a lot more clothes. I think just looking at the stuff that's racked up is enough, but if you have time and money and energy, go ahead and look at the Bales, man. It's probably a lot cheaper. But comparing this market to Chatuchak is a bit different because I would say Chatuchak is more vintage centered. This is more like thrift kind of thing where you can find hidden gems. But it is even more out of the way because there's no like BTS, MRT nearby. So if you know how to take the bus, then that's great. But my general suggestion is take the BTS or MRT to the nearest one here and then take a cab, taxi or grab bike all the way here. You'll save a lot more money that way. So there's another side of the market right here, but I think it's mostly food and I don't really have time, but if you do have time, go ahead and check it out. There's so much clothes, man. Shop till drop.
ให้ตัวเองก่อนแล้วจึงสวมให้ผู้ที่อยู่ภายใต้ความดูแลของท่าน
Place your own mask
Bye.
first before assisting.